Alright, it's the City of the Gods, man. Now, this is the level that introduces the new... I don't think they're fodder, but they're kind of like fodder enemies. They're called the Zorg, and they're basically like burned cow elephant dudes. I don't know.
Wait for me, Montezuma. Here I come.
So, these guys are pretty bad. Like, you can chip them away with your pistol if you really want to, but... in my opinion, they have way too much health. You can see right here. They take about 4 shots, I think, with the pistols, and they shoot these projectiles. You can see right here. They're kind of like the Zombie Man and Shotgunner units from Doom. That's my closest approximation to them. I would, like I said, normally use the pistol on a lot of enemies, but I think the shotgun, the single action at least, or sorry, single shot, is much better. It's just got a very nice rhythm to get down on them with. Get down on that rhythm. Speaking of rhythm...
let's raise the rhythm.
Yeah. So, oh man, I will say this. I got spoiled because of the assault rifle in Serious Sam 4. That game has... okay, I'm going to just say it right now. When I do that playthrough, I'm going to show off this perk, but there's an almost kind of weirdly useless sounding perk in that game where every time you reload a weapon, it like fires at like 3 times the speed for about, I think it's like 5 seconds or something like that. And I swear to God, dude, like, early game, before you get the minigun, like, use the fucking rifle, just shoot 2 bullets doing dual wielding, and you reload that shit. It is so fast. It's like faster than the minigun, and it's just as accurate. So, that's what I mean. As I was saying in the last episode, a lot of shit just can be like dominant strategy if you're really careful. But, oh man. Like, that is one of the most satisfying things ever. I will always say this. I think Serious Sam 4 is pretty weak as a game, but damn, if it doesn't have some good game feel. Like, you just, like, that reload and then just, pff, everything just falls apart. It's just almost cheesy. Like, you feel kind of bad doing it because it's so effective, but it's so cool. Like, I don't know, man. There's not much that, like, I can complain about in that game. Also, that's what I was talking about. That's the mask that looks like Kippy Tolpak from, like, Aztec mythology. I keep saying that, and I hope I'm, you know, ringing some bells here, but I don't know. Look it up on your own time, I guess. So, all I can say as well is I like Serious Sam as a series, but I'm not a huge, huge fan. If I had to say, I know there's a secret down there, I just don't want to waste health getting it. This level is pretty hard, so I kind of want to keep as much as I can. I'm not worried about it, really. I don't really worry about secrets in games in general. Like, I don't know. It's never a big concern. That's my problem, I guess. I just don't care enough. Like, unless it's a certain secret I know is very beneficial, I don't really care. So, also you can probably tell that the game really starts to like throwing arachnoids at you this early. I don't think there's very many instances of major arachnoids in this game. There's actually mainly just minor ones. Mainly just minor. You know, say that 10 times fast. But yeah, I think 4 is good. I like 3 better. You can't see the nervous look I'm giving you right now, but oh god damn it, that is a waste of a shell. Why am I still doing it though? Okay, there we go. Anyways, there's a secret over here, but like I said, I'm not going to go for it. Just shoot a rocket at it. I just don't want to waste the health and armor for it. I think it's cannonballs, and that's not really that important because we're going to get that in the same level. So, anyway, like, it's not really necessary in my opinion. Like, 4 is really good, but I like 3 better. 3 is more coherent, I guess. It's just like a... it's like the homunculation. It's like a very good comparison of like, Jesus, why am I can't speak English today apparently. Mi primera lengua es inglés. No entiendo por qué no puedo es... Jesus, I can't speak Spanish at the same time as playing this game. But yeah, it's like... yes. Serious Sam 3 really does feel like a very good combo of Serious Sam Second Encounter and First put into one package, and that's why it's really fun to me. I quite enjoy it a lot. There's not really anything I have against Serious Sam 4. It's just kind of okay. I think that's my main problem. It's just okay. Like, it's got its high points, it's got its low points. Each game I've ever played has them, I'd say. Except Doom, it's fucking perfect. Okay, there's no bias there, right? But anyways, every game has its peaks and troughs. It's... Where the fuck is that arachnoid at? Oh, you're over here. Fucking asshole. They start getting placed in really shitty spots later on. Like, especially in the Babylon areas where they start shoving them into areas that are just, like, fucking really bright. If you remember that level in Serious Sam 1, Memphis and stuff, that's what I'm talking about. Like, shit like that where they're just placed in just awful areas. Like, it's intentionally gonna fuck you over by not paying attention and reacting perfectly. But, you know, it's not the worst thing ever. I will say this. After this level set, the game just kind of goes into normal, like, Serious Sam. Which I'm very thankful for. There's still some platforming, but there's not as much platforming. Which is great. Or, sorry, just weird gimmicks and stuff. You'll see what I'm talking about as we get moving on here. I think most players already know what I'm talking about if they've already seen this game before. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, little things in Serious Sam 3 that I like a lot more. Like, I think sprinting is a really big help. I mean, there's just situations in this game, like, where... Take that example of when, like in the last level where those two kamikaze units just drop on you, and you have no way of preparing for it, except just knowing it's there. Like, if you even so much as move in the wrong way, you're gonna get damaged, right? Sprinting gives you the ability to go, oh shit, hang on, and then, like, recorrect yourself. However, you can't do that in these games, and they are different games, I'm very well aware of that. But, oh, what the hell? Did that not kill him? What was I gonna say? Yeah, like, the sprinting is great. Reloading actually balances out things like the assault rifle being the replacement for the Tommy gun. You can't just... It also gives you more of the ability to use different types of ammunition, like the split between bullets for the assault rifle and bullets for the minigun, which, to be fair, might make some people angry, but for me, it's totally fine. I don't think it's a huge problem. See, I'm trying to train myself to use this. I'm trying so hard. Especially coming out of Serious Sam 4, I really used the handgun a lot in that game. I know, I'm just weird. That's probably why. What was I saying? I already forgot. Like, there's just so many little things in Serious Sam 4 that... Or, sorry, Serious Sam 3 that improve. Like, in Classic Sam, you'd just not be able to do it. Like, I know it's so stupid. Everyone complains about the sprinting and reloading, but I'm like, that's really not that big of a deal. Like, I don't see how that's a game breaker to most people. Like, I was a Halo player for fucking years. Like, I'm talking years. And I remember the shit show of a fucking community that... Excuse me, they bitched up a storm because Reach added sprinting. And I'm like, how is it a bad thing? Halo's movement speed is very slow, and it's projectile-based gameplay. Being able to move quickly on a timer is not bad. If you think that's bad, I'm sorry, then you're a bad person. Like, I don't see how that's even a problem. Like, to me, that was fine. The things I had an issue with in Reach were armor lock, because that was useless as hell. Like, armor lock was just like, cool, I'm gonna stand next to you, and I don't know what was wrong with Bubble Shield. I have no idea what was wrong with Power Drain. I don't know why they decided to get rid of that shit, but, like, you know what I mean. I don't mean just in the multiplayer, I mean in single player as well. Yeah, there was a lot of weird shit like that that that's the stuff I took issue with. I just thought armor lock took longer to kill a player that was using it than anything. Because they just sit there! And then, guess what? The other player walks up behind you when you're doing the armor lock animation, and then you get assassinated. So, guess what? It's not a good system. And I swear, it's like Last Stand in fucking Call of Duty. It's not actually skillful, it's just it takes longer to kill a player. I know that's the point, but it just doesn't feel very like... It's like, ah, great, the guy is using Last Stand, because at least as far as I remember in COD 4, and all the way up until I think maybe Black Ops 1, Last Stand was like, when you killed the player with like damage, they would slowly fall to the ground, and they'd have that like, because it's hard coded, right? You have to be able to get like you know, your last stand going. So the player would just collapse to the floor, and that means the player has to fucking shoot the player and then aim down, and then they can shoot the player. It just takes so much longer, and I don't see the point in doing that. I think that just prolongs the game too long, because you got killed. You're not gonna get back up. You don't need to get back up. You're fucking dead. You died. Deal with it, right? Like, to me, that just doesn't make sense to let the player keep going. It doesn't mean anything, right? Like, if a player's like down on like an objective point, understandable. That's actually pretty cool. Like, you might be able to stall an enemy for like a few more seconds, but in terms of like TDM, which is what most players all played in Call of Duty and maybe Free-for-All, like, when the hell is that gonna come up into play, right? So if you're ever like, oh, Seth's such a snob, he only plays, you know, old school FPS games. I played a shitload of Halo 3 and a shitload of all the way up until Black Ops. So like, I know what I'm talking about when it comes to my old scrubby douchebag 360 era days, okay? Like, nothing will beat getting super pissy at somebody in Halo because they use the fucking needler, okay? That's some fucking rage that will always be in me, even though I know it's totally fair. It's still total bullshit to me, right? Like, I still think Needler's actually pretty balanced. There's not very much ammo for it. I'd say about a full Needler clip in single player is pretty bad because there's so many enemies, right? But, multiplayer, I think it was about 3. Am I correct in saying it was about 3 clips? No, actually, it was about 2. I want to say a Needler clip was about just 2, like when you picked one up. Because in multiplayer, it was different. Like in single player, I think a Needler had like, what, 76 needles in it? But in multiplayer, it was just like 40 or something like that. So I think it might have also changed depending on if the weapon spawn was set to have that ammo. I don't remember if that was a thing until Reach or not. So you know what I mean? Like when I'm like, oh, it's not as... It just takes longer to do something. And you see, if I was playing Serious Sam 4 right now, by the way, I'd just be rushing forward, dual barreling everything down. Like, I wouldn't even be thinking at this point, but like I'm still kind of not thinking. I'm a little bit zoned out right now. But I wouldn't even be thinking. Like, I'd just be running up and going, coach gun, coach gun, coach gun, coach gun, coach gun, coach gun, coach gun. And if I ran out of coach gun, coach gun, coach gun, I'd use something else, right? Oh shit! I meant to switch weapons, but instead I moved. That was a bad idea. So like, this is why I said there's a lot of little things that make Second Encounter, the combat, very fun. Like, this is why I said the encounters in the Second Encounter are a hell of a lot more fun. Because you have all these just... This is what, the 3rd level in the game? We're already fighting a clear horde? Like, and we have a cannon and everything? It's like Memphis Diet, right? I like that. That, to me, is really cool. Actually, I really shouldn't be hammering my rockets away so much. I need those for the next section. Which I'm going to say has a bullshit death on it. You're not guaranteed to die, but it's very easy to do so if you're not careful. And I can explain why that is. So, in Serious Sam, there's a lot of, like, similarities between how it and Doom register, like, encounters. Like, thing pickups and line defs. In this game, however, there's a lot of line defs that don't just stop the enemy spawn. You're supposed to move forward and it'll stop pushing enemies out. Especially in the next 2 levels, it's pretty bad. There's like a electric fence part with a really nasty wearable spawner. Like, it can fuck you over and it's not your fault. It's one of those sorts of situations. So, yeah, you can see what I mean. Like, there's a lot more depth to the second encounter than there is, like Serious Sam 3. But, oh boy. I'm gonna take some coffee in. I have a nice... Well, let's see what time it is. Oh, it's only 8:40. It's not that late. I'm only gonna play up to the first boss, because I'm not gonna try and do too much of this game at once. I will say the levels in this game are a lot longer than the first encounter, obviously. They're really good, though. Okay, actually, I want to be careful here. Let's use the minigun for this. I want to use the minigun as long as I can on these, because I need to be able to quick swap over to my... Alright, so there's a kamikaze with a lot of ammo. He has a backpack. Alright, here comes the... This isn't the hard part. I wouldn't even say this is hard. But, anyways, Biomechs, you should know by now. Oh my god, here it comes. Alright, fucking spam that shit. Do not let... Right there, you didn't see it probably, but there's a fucking wearable with a cannon. If he hits you by just being, like, right here, I would be dead. Like, he'd just fucking nuke me. It happened in each test playthrough I did. It is awful. Do not let them go. Just spam. Shit! You see that right there. You... Jesus fucking... Whoa! 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 Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that gave me a fucking reverse boner. I'm a little upset right now. So, yeah, that's pretty much... Oh, fuck me. I don't like this part because I'm out of grenades. That's my fault. It's kind of like Memphis, the city section, I should say. But I don't know, man. Oh, fuck, that's scary. Don't do what I just did there. Also, one thing I'm still trying to get used to, in Serious Sam 4, they actually take out the post-mortem shots on the biomechs, which is a fucking godsend. That is a massive improvement, in my opinion. Oh, Jesus, you have no idea. Until you've played it, like, and you've experienced it, you don't even know. There we go. I just want to get that asshole out of the way. Oh, fucking hell, that was like the nipple of the... Excuse me? I don't think he's dead. Nope, nope, he ain't dead. What the fuck? That window? Okay, I'll take that. That's fine. Yeah, by the way, like I said, if this was Serious Sam 4, I'd just rush up, dual coach gun those, and I would not even think about it. It's good, but it's also really sad. Oh no, I forgot about this spawn. There's a lot of arachnoids in this game. There's a hell of a lot more than there is in, you know, the first game, and I'd say the third game. Like, you don't even fight this many arachnoids in the entire series combined, I'm pretty sure. Like, they go nuts with them in this game. I don't mind, though. They're not really hard. They're also not very damaging. They're just like chain gunners in Doom, you know? They really only become a problem if you let them become a problem. Oh, boy. I don't want to... No! No, that was a waste. Oh, Jesus. I just want to swap over to the fucking rifle every time, but you gotta cycle through the cannon. That's my only gripe. Ugh. I'm complaining about a very good weapon. What am I doing with my life? That's what I'm doing. I'm yee-hawing. Okay. Son of a bitch. Okay. So I said this in my test playthrough, but you're not going to hear it. I still think I'd say when you play Serious Sam's second encounter, these kind of encounters become totally different. Like, normally I'd just be like, oh, coach gun, whatever, and like, just kind of circle strafe around them all. But when it comes to this game, I'm like, oh, this is just a hell of a lot faster, and I just use the flamethrower because it's just tag them and walk away. Why would you want to bother wasting that much time, right? That's something I do admire about the second encounters. Its approach to like certain weapons. Ugh. Like I said, you better know how to play the game. If you don't know how to play this already, it's going to be a real pain in the ass. Alright, it's pretty much also, I haven't mentioned this yet, it's very similar to how TF2 works. If you just gotta, like, tag an enemy and you're pretty much good. Oh, Jesus. You know, I'm gonna go on a whim and say, I don't think I've played very many games that do a flamethrower in a fun way. Like, they actually make it a fun weapon to use, because almost every game I've ever played, even TF2, I think, might have the really fun flamethrower. Shit. It's like, flamethrower is always that weapon that just makes the enemies run around and be in the way and freak out. Like, it's cool if you're a sadist, but I'm not, so it's very not exciting. It's more annoying than anything. Okay. Like I said, I haven't mentioned this yet. These blue Zorgs take a little bit more damage to go down. Oh, you son of a bitch. The chainsaw bastards, they're really not that bad. They're kind of like a mid-tier version of like the clear, or I'd say even a wearable to an extent. But they're not like super dangerous. They're not hard either. Like, they don't hit very brutally, but they can just knock you around. They can get irritating. Then next thing you know, they just bang you into their enemy. They're really not that bad. Alright, this part though, this part I'm not a fan of. So the reason I'm not a fan of it, by the way, is, alright, so you see these lava golems, right? Alright, so the biggest problem I have is those fireballs can get blocking. Oh, Jesus. I hate this area. I really do. So, this isn't hard to me. Oh my god, I did it right there. Son of a bitch. Like, that glow is so bright, it sort of obstructs the rockets from the biomechs. And I can't see anything. That's the biggest problem I have. Oh my god, I can't focus on all that shit at once. That's the problem, too. You can argue use a smart bomb, but I don't think I need to. I think that should be enough. Yep. So, you can kind of jump off of that stuff right there, and then you can do it. Or you can do this the old-fashioned way and do that low and slow platform. I'm gonna try and do this the cheesy way, so I might take some damage here, but I'm not worried about it. Oh my god. Just sort of spam jump and you'll actually do that. I don't think that was intentional, like, at all, so don't rely on what I just did. Okay, you might be like, why are you so paranoid, Seth? That's why. Okay. And I'll use the chain gun. This is kind of a situation where I need to. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, fuck off. Fuck your chicken legs. We're not even close to the most annoying part of this level. Well, we are close to the most annoying part. I'm not a fan of it. You're probably not a fan of it if you know what's coming. If you don't, well, you'll find out in a moment, won't you? So, it's free ammo. This is all I can say. This is all it's worth. So, this is the wonderful, wonderful anti-grav room. Oh boy. So, this is something that everybody who's played Serious Sam knows about. This is not fun. You may be thinking, oh wow, you just hate fun. No. No. I genuinely don't like this part. It's very unfun. It's very unfriendly. It's uncool. I just... It pissed me off so much I made a Cool Borders reference there, okay? That's how much this pissed me off. I did not save the game, by the way. It does it itself. Oh my god. I hate this. It's... So you may be thinking, why is this so bad? You have to kill every single enemy, including the marsh hoppers, and the clear, and all the kamikaze units. Oh, and yeah, they can just bang into you. Like, yeah, they can just do that because, like, there's no cover. It's just, I mean, it's funny the first time you play the game, but afterwards you're like, alright, I'm sick of this bullshit. Come on. Sometimes this is a little bit easier because all the enemies are going to go directly into you anyways because their speed. Like, enemies are programmed to eventually catch up to the player in Serious Sam, whether it be through, like, you know, just the way their speed moves or how their attacks work. So, just sometimes the safest alternative for this can just be whip out the chainsaw, go to town. Oh, damn, I wanted to have some swag. There we go. This just reminds me of like a fucking cursed 2 in the morning on a Sunday Halo 3 multiplayer server lobby in the summer. Okay, like, I don't like this. This gives me a bad feeling. I don't like this at all. It doesn't feel good. Alright. That should be the last one. Now, I'm gonna get that ammo pack just in case. There's no need for picking up the serious damage, in my opinion, because that's the end of the level. See you in the next one.